Greetings and salutations to you people of the interwebs. So today we're going to be taking a quick look at this gal. This is G.I. Joe Classified Covergirl. So I was kind of scratching my head on whether to, continue doing G.I. Joe Classified videos because, well, as much as I like them as figures, and I'm going to continue collecting them. What more is there to say, especially from my style of doing stuff that I don't really do? Pick the toy really in front of the camera and my hands from the back to give people a good detailed look. There's photographs out there. There's people who do that much better than I ever could. So that's not really my style. It's more like just giving thoughts and opinions, and seeing as even though the characters shine through, a lot of the parts are reused. The articulation is always pretty much the same. So it's kind of, what is there really to discourse about continually with G.I. Joe figures on camera, unless it's going to be something quite unusual. So I don't know. I'm unsure. But I was thinking for this one, anyway, because I've not had any before. I can recall of the windlass boxes. It's a windlass box one, Covergirl, and well, I've always liked the charming artwork that the G.I. Joe team do, and they all have these very individual styles for different characters and stuff like that. But now that's emblazoned in the entire front of the box, and it's the product shot on the back, and a little picture there of the character. So this here, this really artsy kind of style, has nothing to do. That is nothing really like what the product you're going to get inside here is going to look like. It's going to look like this, hopefully. So it's not going to be this very cartoony kind of look at Courtney Covergirl Krieger. This is in the back. So other than that, not much has changed. These skill sets are on the side. The picture again is on the side. I've always found cutting those out make good bookmarks. But yeah, so like with the Transformers, their window boxes, they're still doing cutouts. I've still not opened, and yeah, so they're doing cutouts, so you can actually see some of the figure, and then you get some artwork. But their artwork's always done by the same artist that they never really shout out the artist. I've found the Transformers team, whereas the G.I. Joe team are always kind of proud to say where their art comes from. So that's just a bit funny discrepancy between different Hasbro teams. Let's kind of get this cut open. Which is number 59. Almost nice, isn't it? So we have the coffin with Covergirl herself on. And we have this. So this is like a... Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So it's like a weapons locker with a name on. You could also probably stand the figure on. Well, no, it's not. It's very flimsy bit of cardboard, actually. So you couldn't really stand it on. And you open it up, and there's some paper, tissue paper. There's a warnings thing in there, but I presume the accessories are going to be in. So this is much better than the just wrapped up bits of tissue paper that you get with Transformers. It is actually just a thing, and I think you have to rip that open. So it's sealed for a start, so they can't just go falling out, which is, something I think could happen with the Transformers. They quite often lose their accessories. So we have this rifle, a pistol, a wrench, this mobile phone. You can make out what details are on the mobile phone there. See, this is one that could get lost in the cracks, or am I just imagining things that there's actually something else in there? I think I was just imagining things. I'm imagining things. For some reason I thought there might have been an ammo clip for the gun, but this one, pump action rifle, doesn't really need it, doesn't actually have pump action. And then we have the figure herself. So these twisty tires, look at how thick that rope is there, that's quite cool. Get her out. So here we have Covergirl. Head sculpt looks great, but is it me or is that eye just a little bit blown out? I probably would have, you know, if I did ever buy these in a shop, because I always bought them online anyway, so it's not really affected me that much. I may have kind of just looked around to see if the one was a little bit better eye paint on it, because I think you might have slightly just missed the eye there. It's a little bit blown out compared to, and stretched out compared to the right eye. The right, I think the left, right. But yeah, see, so she's got good movement on that head. There's some neck maneuver there as well. I think need warming up a little bit. Love how the bomber jacket has come out. That's really great. So all the usual double jointed elbows. It's kind of I think it's great. It's great. I mean that is great. Getting some double jointed there, but now it kind of like Scarlet and the Baroness. It's kind of one I'd kind of like a more classic classic style classified Scarlet, and yeah, a Baroness that is a numbered release on the in the boxes, and not with a bike, and comes with double elbows would be, I think, great. Double jointed elbows. Just say double elbows. Double the elbows. Double the power. So, yeah, absolutely got that. Lots of that good torso articulation. The drop down legs can do the big old splits. I think these are the same legs as Lady Jane, just in khaki rather than green. Double knee, boot swivels, ankle tilts. Yeah, you know the drill. They've got the articulation down on pat on G.I. Joe. Some of figures come out just feeling a little bit gummy, but so far from what I can see from Covergirl, she isn't. Is it just the lighting? I think once she's like on a shelf away from me and I'm not like looking like this, it'll be absolutely fine. But up close, I'm kind of still. Is there something wrong with that eye? Oh, I can't. Or maybe just, some of this, the. Yeah, I think it is because if you look at how they've printed it, I think the side of the lipstick as well is starting to stretch on that side as well. Love that Joker. That's a little bit of a bummer, but it's not. It's like a fraction out. That's the problem with this face printing technology. It's just so precise. Whereas when they did it just a basic slop, slop, slop job, it was a little bit more forgiving of being out. There's been some awful figures out there, but just to complain about that one like millimeter out, it just seems daft. And it doesn't look so bad when you do that and that. It's just because they're just, it's just ever so off. It draws attention to it. Oh, craziness, craziness. So a mobile can slip into a side pouch there. Same with pistol. She's got a belt on that you can use as a tool belt to slip a wrench in there. And then she's got trigger holding hands on both hands on these cool fingerless gloves. So we can finagle that. Finagle. Scaramouche, Scaramouche, can you do the finagle? There we go. Silence as we try and put the accessories into a cool pose. We just got it out of the box. Of course, once I've got the hand correctly on one hand, it pops out the other. Because that is life, my friends. And life finds a way. Yeah, brilliant pose, fantastic pose, best pose ever. Um, there you go. Holding a gun. Not got it in the trigger thing because she's practicing good trigger discipline. Um, Size comparison time. Well, here she is with your standard deluxe class transformer with gross point blank. As you can see, these are around the same price point. One of them is a transforming robot car. The other is G.I. Joe operative with a big rifle. You wanted to do with your more other 6-inch figure lines. Here she is with Admiral Akbar. It's a trap. Good old Admiral. And how she looks with vintage G.I. Joe with Big Boa. Big Boa for G.I. Joe Classified, please. Big Boa. That's what we want. Come on, make it so, team. And also because you never request it, but here he is anyway. Here she is anyway, and here he is, Master Pimp Daddy of the Barista Cafe. It is Fisto from the Masters of the Universe. So yeah, standard 6-inch figures. But you know, we gotta do your size, companions. Oh, what do you call a werewolf that is a over-accommodating writer? Well, you like and subscribe. There you go. Join me next time with more figures of some kind of description. And until then, be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes, and because you deserve it, let's bump fist, shall we? Fisto! Fisto!